All right. Well, good morning. My name is Jamie Reed. I'm the Education Manager with the Oracle Applications and Technology Users Group. I'm excited to welcome you to the Fusion Cloud ERP Week session, Emerging Trends in Oracle Cloud Managed Services, Strategic Considerations for Future Ready ERP Operations. I do want to thank Denovo for sponsoring Fusion Cloud ERP Week. These weeks could not happen without your support, and we appreciate you supporting this week and also year round. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone to mark your calendars for Ascend 2026, happening June 8th through the 11th in Orlando, Florida, at the Creve Royale Resort. We'll have over 100 Fusion sessions at Ascend, along with workshops and hands-on labs, and registration will begin shortly for that. You can post your questions in the Q&A area of Zoom, and we'll answer those at the end of the webinar. To be eligible to receive CPE credit, you must be logged into the webinar for at least 50 minutes, ask a question, and complete the session survey. All Fusion Cloud ERP Week recordings and slide decks will be placed into the knowledge base within 24 hours. And I want to turn it over to our presenter, RJ Brownlow, Account Executive, Oracle Cloud Applications, Managed Services with Denovo. Thank you so much. You can take it away.
Great. Thanks, Jamie, for the introduction. And thanks to those of you who are joining for this walkthrough on emerging trends in Oracle Cloud Managed Services. Just a little bit about me. I've been in the Oracle space for 20 plus years now, primarily in Oracle Relationship Management, providing or assisting to provide strategic planning, consultative sales, and broad business advisory services across the Oracle spectrum. And today, in terms of what we'll talk about, we'll begin with a brief positioning statement, followed by essential characteristics of modern managed services, how to ensure alignment between managed services and your business strategy, and concluding with ways to build resiliency in an evolving ERP support model. The overall objective of Oracle Managed Services is to maintain applications, infrastructure, and surrounding technologies such that businesses don't have to worry about the IT complexities and can focus more on your core business functions. Providing expertise, security, and automation services in alignment with your business roadmaps facilitates the accomplishments of that objective through a cost-effective, scalable expert pool that's always available to enhance the capabilities of your in-house team. When done right, next generation managed services closes the gap between ERP capabilities and the totality of what's truly needed by the enterprise, which typically is about 20%. And that's accomplished through the usage of AI, no-code agents, and assistant work to build assistant workflows. Additionally, as disruptions occur, the strategic value of next generation providers is realized by a broad range of key functions they enable through a multi-year, or we enable through a multi-year as a service subscription model, which provides predictable cost. A results first outcome approach is another essential characteristics with AI and automated enablers and functionally focused experts such as CPA skill sets to support your financial applications. Lastly, next generation providers must be consultative collaborators, capable of providing guidance across the entire enterprise with predictable pricing models. Turning now to must-haves of modern next-generation providers, let's discuss Oracle's software update methodology and why aligning appropriate managed services support with it is key by first walking through AI usage in the most recent update. 25D is the most recent update that occurred and is actually occurring today across the entire Fusion app suite. And it provides a significant increase in AI capabilities and many new AI agents. For example, In Cloud ERP, Oracle introduced updates that include touchless processing for corporate credit card expenses, AI-assisted sourcing for procurement, and expanded narrative reporting for Oracle EPM. There's also a new AI agent that provides access request assistance to streamline the process of granting ERP roles and strengthens access control. With respect to HCM, there's a host of embedded AI agents that deliver personalized guidance to help with onboarding, talent management. There's also a cost analyzer agent and two new payroll agents that assist HR with help desk in resolving complex inquiries. And then in SCM, there's also a new AI agent that was released that addresses sales orders, order exceptions, fulfillment, equipment maintenance, and availability, product availability and usage. And then lastly, with respect to the CX environment, there's some GI capabilities in sales that features the ability to summarize complex contracts, and there's a new agent for reporting. In I think I got a message here. We'll try and address the questions at the end as it keep popping up on the screen.
Yeah, we're not seeing, if you're advancing your slides, we're not seeing it. We're
Oh, you're
still
not
just
seeing?
seeing the title page. So you'll need to arrow over manually because they're not moving on their own.
You still on the title screen?
Yes.
I am advancing on my screen, and you're still on the title screen.
Yep. Do you want me to share mine?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, just one moment and I will.
Just so the audience knows, this is one of two issues we've had this morning. I forgot what the term is with something can go wrong, it will. The first one was I'm not able to see my notes on my presentation, so it's not as smooth as we'd like for it to be. And this is the second one. Do I need to stop sharing, or will you be able to
Nope,
pick
I'm
it up?
taking it over.
Okay. And I'll just tell you when to advance the screen.
Yep. And let me. I wanted to. Can everyone see it? Okay. Can you just let me know?
Yeah, if you can move it up just a little bit on the screen.
Yep. How's that?
Okay, so let's just advance, please. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And right there, I think we are. One more screen. I was talking about the Oracle updates methodology. And one more. Right there. And one more. I think I've just covered what the AI updates are. And I was concluding with in the CX environment, there are three updates with generative AI that features to help to summarize complex quotes and contracts. There's also a new AI agent for reporting. In the service area, a new work order agent helps resolve issues faster. And then marketing, there's a new AI agent for data science models for providing deeper audience insight. You can advance, please. Just a little bit about how we here at Denovo utilizes our AI and no-code capabilities that are consistent with what we just described, and that is to automate repetitive tasks, provide insights and analysis, to increase efficiency and simplify workflows. And our overall objective is to empower citizen developers. And we distinguish citizen developers from actual developers in the viewpoint that those citizen developers are just normal users who may see or uncover needed capabilities that developers who don't work with the application on a regular basis cannot observe. So this gives non-technical people the ability to augment or enhance their work experience through no-code development or no-code capabilities using our AI tools and workflow management platforms. Next screen, please. And here's an example. If you look down at the bottom, just say before and after example of a real life scenario that we were engaged in for a client who was having some issues with their customer service department, and that their customer service agents on a regular basis were manually sifting through customer interaction logs and answering repetitive questions. And we were able to put together through our no code capability, build a workflow that automatically characterizes the customer's emails and uses AI to provide agents for summary suggestions and response. And then more importantly, or just as importantly, allow to remove the repetitive task and push over to the AI, the help desk agent or agent, those kinds of queries that require human empathy for better problem solving capabilities and increased customer satisfaction. Next slide, please. Turning back to aligning services for managed services, which are long-term business strategy, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Oracle release roadmaps and to use that as an example of why it's really important to be engaged with a capable managed services provider to get the most out of your experience with Oracle applications. And Oracle publishes release roadmaps that are delineated by quarters. And for example, we're in 2025, the fourth quarter, 2025, and that delineation for first quarter would have been 25A, 25B, and now we're into 25D. And within those two roadmaps, there are two types of roadmaps. The high-level roadmap that provides a general overview of the most important updates for Fusion apps. And then there's a drill-down roadmap in each one of the pillars. So for example, specific to financial management, procurement, project management, etc. Next slide, please. And then there are also three components to the roadmaps, or columns, if you will, that are time related. Updates are the most recent released. Upcoming are releases that are planned in the near term, and then future are releases that are planned a bit further out. Next slide, please. We believe that being aligned with a capable managed services provider is really essential to rapidly improve your innovation and reduce your out time to facilitate enhancement planning. And here's why. First and foremost, quarterly updates are mandatory and they can't be skipped. And within those quarterly updates, the first will be released in your test environment to be followed within 2 weeks into your production environment with a staggered schedule that's represented below. I used 2024 in this example because I couldn't find a clean version of 2025. But within that release, customers are segregated within what is called cohorts. And cohorts is just a grouping of customers, and you decide where and when you want your updates to occur. Next slide, please. So for example, if you're in cohort A, your update for 2025 actually occurs today. So from 2 weeks from today, you've got to test, evaluate, and consider making sure that your environment is capable of managing and accepting those updates between now and 2 weeks. And if you think about it in today's calendar, 2 weeks from today is the week before Thanksgiving. And so without a correct or proper or efficient managed services provider, that may provide or that may put strain on your internal IT staff going into the holiday season that may cause some disruptions. Next slide, please. With regard to the types of updates, there are really three categories within those. The first are fixes. In the old days, we used to call them bugs, and they come enabled. And then there are second category is ready to use by end users. And those are very minor changes with minimal impacts on your business. And those also come enabled. And then there's new functionality. And the new functionality they come to you disabled because in many cases they may require some setup or reconfiguration and will have a significant impact on how you use the application in your business if it's not properly vetted and managed in a way where, for example, regression analysis is done or regression testing to give you an idea of what to expect and what changes need to occur to make sure that your business continues to operate efficiently. Those are disabled. However, uh, that disabled has an expiration. And so without the proper management oversight, that expiration date may slip by you. And again, that is where effective managed services come in helping you manage that overall relationship between when the updates are coming, when your decision has to be made, and what the effects of using the new updates will have on your organization, and to make sure that the end users are ready and prepared. And then there's also a reviewable consolidated list that tells you when the expiration dates are going to occur across the Fusion apps. Next slide, please. So that then comes to what are the best practices that managed services providers must have in order to keep you on track or help keep your business on track. The first and foremost, we believe, is treating and accepting the realization that updates are a recurring standing operating process because, again, quarterly updates are mandatory and cannot be skipped. They can be managed, but they can't be skipped. And part of those best practices also includes establishing a team that's chartered to lead to change. And that's really key, a key capability of a managed service provider in terms of interacting with U.S. customers or customers with what we call service delivery managers. Some companies call them different, but essentially it's one point of contact within your managed services provider who's responsible for managing that relationship with respect to assessments, testing, rollouts, and the impact that it's going to have on your organization. That then is mapped back with or provided back with uh, various people within your organization, executive sponsors, etc., to make sure that the standard processes are followed, that the releases, the effect of the releases are also fully understood, and that the site is prepared and ready, and that ideas to validate the process and test customization, all those kinds of things that go into making a successful implementation occurs when best practices are treated with the attention that's required. Next slide, please. Another best practices that you really want to make sure is there is that you're able to perform or refresh what's called a production to test by refreshing your test environment with live production data. And then you really want to make sure that your managed services provider utilizes automating testing tools. There are a lot of them out there that makes the testing procedure more streamlined and it delivers results faster so you can respond to the challenges that you're going to face when you're doing the updates or receiving the updates. And that's where automated testing with the correct partner comes into play. Next slide, please. Turning now to what involves in building a resilient, evolving ERP support model, we believe that it involves what we refer to as consultative collaborators. Consultative collaborators who provide expert guidance, proactive monitoring, and delivers continuous optimization. Next slide, please. When you look at the kind of capabilities that consultative collaborators who have a broad business perspective deliver, it's really three main must-haves or four main must-haves, and those are typically categorized as simplifying the cloud management and reducing IT complexity, providing cost efficiency and predictable IT spend, enhancing security and compliance, and being able to provide your services capabilities on a 24/7, 365-day matrix for proactive support and system monitoring. Next slide, please. Taking them one at a time, the kinds of things that go into simplifying cloud management and reducing IT complexity includes regular system update, providing with patches for security and performance, database optimization, and the ability to integrate uh, legacy systems and third-party applications across the enterprise where appropriate. Next slide, please. Additionally, with regard to providing cost efficiency and predictable spending, uh, a resilient, evolving ERP support model reduces unexpected cloud costs due to over-provisioning and unutilized resources. It minimizes the need to add additional in-house IT expertise because that's provided to you by your managed service provider. And the end result is that it's designed to prevent costly system failures based on security breaches, which are occurring on a regular basis today. And we believe that part of the evolving MSP engagement model is to minimize that cost, and cost optimization is proving to be one of the most significant benefits of using the Oracle Cloud Managed Services resources. Next slide, please. And then turning to increase and enhanced security compliance. Again, that is represented by 24/7, 365 security monitoring and threat detection to prevent cyber attacks, facilitated through encryption, data encryption, identity access and control, and then making sure that your organization is in compliance with whatever regulatory bodies that you're governed by to meet your industry, the standards of the industry standards within your business. Next slide, please. And then finally, 24/7, 365 proactive support is key, and system monitoring is key to evolving, building a resilient managed services support model that provides real-time performance tracking and issue resolution, automated alerts and proactive troubleshooting, and again, around-the-clock support from Oracle Cloud experts. Next slide, please. Just a little bit about how Denovo, we here at Denovo address some of these issues. One of the ways is that we have implemented AI-driven self-healing automation that provides predictive insights via intelligent alerts that diagnose and resolves cloud anomalies, thereby ensuring uninterrupted service and optimal performance and availability. Next slide, please. And just a little bit, if you allow me to have 1 or 2 slides about Denovo. And our core focus from a managed service perspective is providing AI augmented service delivery, again, by using predictive analytics, intelligent automation, no-code process innovation by developing rapidly tailoring workflows around your business, and then human augmented operations that combine smart automation with expert support with the objective of improving overall efficiency, visibility, and decision making. Next slide, please. And then with respect to our vast capabilities, it's really across the entire ERP landscape or ecosystem that Oracle has, from JD Edwards, EBS, Cloud ERP, EPM, etc. From a managed services standpoint, we're very strong in JD Edwards Managed Services, EBS, Cloud ERP, EPM. We also have a real deep pool of AI and no-code application development skill sets supported by cloud optimization and integration services, all in terms of providing our clients continuous innovation and management of the quality update schedule that we just kind of walked through briefly with Oracle. And my last sales-oriented comment will be, our motto is that Denovo is where managed services evolve from maintaining systems to empowering people. I'll open for questions. That's the last slide, Jamie. And this is a link to my email in case you wanted to get some feedback on the source material or send me follow-up questions as well.
All right, there are 2 comments. One was about the screens, but then the next one, is there a slide deck? Yes, I will be posting the slide deck in the knowledge base with the recording later today.
Great. Yeah, what I was trying to say earlier is that Murphy's Law left me to do this presentation without my notes, so please forgive me if it wasn't as smooth as I like for it to be. But you do have a slide deck and access to it. And again, if you have any questions that we can follow up on, I'd be happy to address those for you as well.
Yeah. Just remember, if you want to receive CPE credit, you do need to ask a question and put it in the Q&A. Oh, here's one. As a functional lead, what do you recommend our role be in the quarterly update?
That's a question that probably is best answered by one of our service delivery managers because it's going to vary from implementation to implementation, depending on what the skill sets of your functional lead is or are. We'd be able to evaluate that and make a more meaningful recommendation as opposed to me just trying to give it to you on the fly.
Okay, thanks. Um, any other questions? While we're waiting to see if any of those come through, again, I just want to thank you, RJ, for
Uh,
presenting today. We really do value that partnership we have with you. All
Thank you.
right. What are some of the top challenges you see as a managed service provider?
There are a couple. I think one of the most important is for environments where your implementation partner is different from your managed services partner. And by that, I mean, as soon as you can engage, if you're transitioning from an implementation partner to a managed services partner, the sooner that managed services partner can be introduced to the process and engage with your implementation partner, typically the transition goes a lot smoother. And you can really map out a schedule for that handoff. And in the long term, that's going to identify problems up front and reduce the inevitable finger pointing that may occur when when the transition isn't handled smoothly and coordinated by both sides with the customer involvement as well.
As we plan our move from EBS to Fusion Cloud, what should we be looking for in a managed services partner to ensure they can support both day-to-day operations and ongoing innovation, not just basic break fix support?
Well, that's
Also, will we still receive CPE if the session goes shorter than 50 minutes? No, the session does need to be on here for 50 minutes. So,
Yeah, you have to blame me for that one. But in terms of answer that question again, please.
yep. As we plan our move from EBS to
Got it.
Fusion Cloud,
Yeah.
what should we be looking for in a managed services partner to ensure they can support both day-to-day operations and ongoing innovation, not
Well,
just basic break fix support?
and I think the last part is a key part, not just break fix support, and you only get that through experience. So the biggest key or biggest determinant I would say is you have to align yourself with a managed services partner that has proven track record and experience in exactly what you need to accomplish. You don't want to be a guinea pig, if you will, for someone just now trying to get into this industry or just now trying to deliver those services. So I would look for a managed services provider who's been in business for 20 years or more, who has both a footprint in EBS support and also in Oracle Cloud support, and then more specifically in being able to manage that transition or migration from on-prem to cloud and can develop and provide you use cases or examples of where they've successful use cases and examples of where they've done that before. And one key thing to look for will be a provider that can talk about what we call rescue projects. And rescue projects, in a lot of cases that I've been involved in, started out with some of the big delivery firms around that, for whatever reason, weren't able to deliver on what they committed to. And then a more smaller boutique shop like ourselves were brought in to finish the project, both from a migration and an ongoing managed services standpoint. And the other thing I want to point out is one of the trends, and for those of you who are clients or prospects, consult with your peers about this. But in one of the trends we see is that companies who initially started out with a big consulting firm to do the implementation then turn to smaller boutique firms like ourselves to do the managed services moving forward. And there's some cost implications associated with that, but that's one of the key trends that we're seeing now as well, that people who may involve a large scale implementation partner don't necessarily see the necessity of continuing with the costs associated with that and are opting out for boutique shops like ourselves, who may in some cases provide a 30% reduction in your overall engagement costs over 2 to 3 years. Great question.
Right. I do not see. Give it a second here and see if there's any other questions.
Yeah, take your time.
I am going to post some links in the chat to the CPE form for the week, the calendar of events, so you can see what we have coming up, and then also the knowledge base. I just also want to let everybody know, aside from Ascend, we do have a Chicago regional event happening on December 9th, and we have a Women in Technology fireside chat that is happening in November. I can't remember the exact date now. I think it's the 17th. And so we want to encourage everyone to attend those and register for those events. So with that, I don't see any other questions coming through. So RJ, thank you so much for presenting.
Thank
To
you.
our attendees, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy. We have one more webinar coming up this afternoon, and thank you all for being here this week.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye, everyone.